is VanCam. This is VanCam you waited for.
Good holiday, Kev.
Yeah, he had a great holiday, thanks, Steve. Do you know the best part of it? It wasn't the drink, the food, the sun, you know, all that shit. It was 10 days away from you. Oh, don't be like that, Steve. You know I love you really. How are you doing, everybody? I am Kev Ashford, and you are very welcome to this week's edition of the Man United VanCam. Yes, I have had a bit of a YouTube sabbatical, but now I am back to deliver transfer news. Jesse Lingard acting the absolute twat that he is. I've put him on the transfer list straight away for that. We will get into that in a bit. Obviously, we will do the Big VanCam Debate, CockStroker of the week, and your comments. There's loads to get through this week. I am back. I'm back to stay. I'm sorry that I took so much time off, but I just needed to get myself together, you know, get myself back in the happy place, and then I come back from my holiday to try and deal with all this shit that's going on at Man United at the minute. Man, it is getting embarrassing. First of all, we will touch on Transfer Bollocks. I think it's only right that we look at a thing that probably children and maybe people up to the late teens get really excited about, but I'm going to deliver it and we'll have a look and see what's been going on. Obviously, United have made a signing, but we've been linked with 67 players up to now. That's what I can make. I'm sure Emil Heskey was in there as well. I didn't think he played anymore. But yes, it is the silly season. Man United do sell newspapers. So let's do a quick roundup of Transfer Bollocks. Okay, so here we go with Transfer Bollocks. This is where we have a roundup and have a look at who United have been linked with, who United have signed. Now, as of this moment in time, the only player United have officially signed is Dan James from Swansea. The fee reported to be 15 million, rising to about 120 billion if you believe what the papers say. Dan James, for me, is a quality signing. It's a step in the right direction. And don't listen to all them knobhead rival fans, because if we went for a massive name, oh, you're trying to buy yourself out of trouble. We buy Dan James, who's young, he's got huge potential, bags of pace as well, which is going to be really good. And check this for a word, he's versatile. Yeah, you having that? That means he can play in a load of different positions, left, right, centre. He's done it for Swansea. It remains to be seen if he can do it in the Premier League, but I do believe he's at the right club. Manchester United is a club that has produced youth talent throughout their history, and you get knobhead rival fans now. Oh, United are buying championship players. Down with that kind of shit. If the newspapers are to be believed, then Wan-Bissaka is next on the hit list. United are looking to replace Antonio Valencia. Defensively, it has been a problem down that side. Wan-Bissaka, for the money, I mean, do you know what? I don't even care. It's not my money. If we have to pay 50 million, 60 million to get him in, this is a lad, he's young again, he's English, and he could be at United for the next 10 to 15 years. So if you look at it like that, a lot of people thought we overpaid for Rio Ferdinand when we signed him from Leeds for, what was it, 29 million. It was nothing on reflection of what we actually got out of that man. And Wan-Bissaka, another potentially good player. Yeah, get it done, man. Whilst on holiday, I was checking out for transfer news, but I am long in the tooth. I'm still a good-looking guy, obviously. But I've been stung in the past. I remember Alan Shearer. I remember people saying, Kev, you know, I was only a kid at the time. It's done. He's looking at houses in Cheshire. I thought, yes, Cantona and Shearer up front. That didn't happen. I remember Ronaldinho. That was supposed to be done. Batistuta. There's loads of them, man. Oh, anyway, Ligt, for me, is falling into the same bracket. Oh, don't forget Wesley Sneijder as well. I used to always think, you know, do not believe it until you see them stood there with the scarf or with the shirt on. And then John Obi Mikel wore a United shirt. A week later, he was playing for Chelsea. So I can't even spout that anymore. all they do is now just wait for the official announcement, and there you go, it's done and dusted. But Ligt, obviously high in demand. Barcelona, Man City, Real Madrid, who wouldn't want him? He's 19 years old, he's a beast of a man. I'd offer him everything, whatever he wants. I'd give him the captaincy. I reckon he could be at United for years to come. And if we look at it negatively from a business point of view, which the Glazers and Ed Dickhead Woodward will, it's basically that there's a transfer sell-on fee. You know, they're going to get basically whatever they paid for him back or even more. So that's a negative spin on it. But I would push everything out to get Ligt. Do I think it's going to happen? I'll have to get the phone first and then tell you. Yeah, I don't think we will sign Ligt, and it's for the fact of that Raiola's his agent. Ligt's almost started speaking like Raiola. Raiola's clients all start to become robots, and they say what he says. So after all the United interest, this speculation that he was supposed to be going, Ligt starts coming out with stuff like, "Oh, I like Spain." Not in that voice, obviously. I can't do it anyway. I like Spain. You know, France is nice as well. In fact, I like an Indian on a Saturday night. The Indian League's good. And Chinese food. You know, he's basically leaving all his options open. And we've seen it at Man United before. We're getting pimped out, basically. United, everybody knows United are after players, so we're going to pay more than everybody else. But agents are getting Man United involved to get bidding wars, you know, started with the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid, because Raiola wants as much money as he can squeeze out of his clients. And that leaves us with two high-profile possible outgoings at Man United, which is Romelu Lukaku and Paul Pogba. Now, Paul Pogba's his comments this week are basically along the lines of, "Oh, what a new challenge," and I'll get into that in the Big VanCam Debate. Lukaku is apparently lined up to go to Inter Milan. Conte wants to bring him there and hook up with him. It's fair enough to me. Give me the car, whatever. He's a big guy. Get him on my back, and I will run all the way to Manchester Airport with him. Honestly, I think the focal point of the team. I remember when United signed Lukaku, and Everton fans said to me, "Wait until you see him. His first touch is shit." But I was like, "Yeah, but he scores goals, doesn't he?" He said, "Just wait for it." And we've all seen it now. Last couple of seasons, we've seen it. And that striking position is now much more than just scoring goals. You have to be a huge part of the game. Look at Guardiola when he took over at City. He was giving Sergio Aguero shit. You need to up your game. Bloody hell, we'd do anything to have Sergio Aguero leading our front line, wouldn't we? I know. But that is your dose this week of a thing that we now all know as Transfer Bollocks. There we go with Transfer Bollocks. It's done and dusted for another week. If you've got any comments on any transfers, maybe you're in the know. Like my mate Disco Dave, he gets all the top transfers. If maybe you've heard that Emil Heskey has been spotted in Lumikari's chippy eating 2 meat and potato pies and chips with a splash of gravy, of course. Maybe you've heard something. Let me know, and we might even feature it in next week's Transfer Bollocks. The weirder, the better. That's the way I look at it. Right, let's get properly on with the show now that the Transfer Bollocks is out the way. We're going to steam straight into the Big VanCam Debate. Cue Valindingham! The Big VanCam Debate! Hairy nipples! This is the Big VanCam Debate. Now, before we get into this week's big heated VanCam Debate, I need to bring you back a few weeks to the last video, and we did do a poll that was running on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. If you didn't watch it, I'll just tell you very quickly what it was about. It was a kind of hypothetical question. Check me out with the words. Anyway, what we were saying, or the question I was putting to you, was Ed Knobhead Woodward did state that no manager would be selected on a full-time basis until the end of the season. They were going to, whittle it down to the best candidate and all that. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, at that time when he was given the managerial job full-time, was on a roll. And don't get me wrong, I was beating the drum, give him whatever he wants, just sign him up. This guy is mint. And I'm not saying he's not mint. It was no kind of conspiracy. I wasn't shit stirring. That's what I'm trying to get at. What I was trying to do is get a feeling for what people actually thought come the end of the season. Yes, he had that great run of games, that fantastic night in Paris, But you've got to agree that United ended the season really, really shit. Yeah? Really shit. Really, really shit. Do you know, you get the gist of it? Anyway, we were really, really, really shit. And it was at this point that I asked the question and said, do you know what? If Solskjaer was still caretaker manager and it had come to the end of the season, everything ended the way it did, would you have appointed Solskjaer on the full-time basis and give him the job? Would you have got to the end of the season and gone, Ollie, love it, you've got the job. I would love it if we... yeah, Kevin Keegan, that, for anyone that didn't know, of course you knew. Or would you have said, Ollie, thanks for everything you did, you're a club legend, what we're going to do, we're going to let you go. Thanks for the work you've done, but we need somebody with real experience of handling knobhead players like Phil Jones, Paul Pogba, and Chris Chauncey Smalling. So 60% of the vote, this was the vote, this is the poll result, the tension. Anyway, 60% said that yes, bearing in mind, taking into consideration everything that happened towards the end of the season, United finishing outside the Champions League places, getting knocked out the FA Cup to Wolves and being really shit. They said that 60% of you lot said yes, which obviously left 40% saying no. So it was kind of close. Wasn't a landslide, but it wasn't 50-50. It was 60-40. That's what it was. This week, we are doing it on Paul Pogba. God, I can't even say his name now. I'm fed up of hearing about the dickhead in the news all the time. And this week, we knew it was coming. He wants a new challenge. Yeah. Well, do you know what? A new challenge is basically like saying, I've had enough, I want to go. It's just a fancy modern day term of fancy a new challenge, yeah? Nothing to do with trying to get more money, nothing to do with the fact that Raiola is his agent and he's a complete and utter twat, just like Paul Pogba is. Paul Pogba at the minute, fucking about getting pictures with sumo wrestlers. He's, you know, he's doing the sponsorship thing, he's working the Paul Pogba brand. If he wants a challenge, he stays at Man United. Yeah? Is there any bigger challenge at the minute than going to Juventus, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid? Yeah? You get me? So this week, I want to know what you lot are thinking. And prepare yourself for this, because I thought this one through. Sad to see him go? Or glad to see him go? Yes, are you having that? Of course you are. What we are talking about is Paul Pogba. Would you be sad to see him leave United? Or would you be glad to see him leave Man United? I'm stating my argument that, do you know what? I couldn't give two shits if he went. Said it to someone the other day. As long as we get back the money that we paid for him, Kev, well, you need to get at least 150 million for him. That's what the papers are saying. Bollocks to the papers. If we can get the 93 million or whatever we spent for him, I would say good riddance. Yes, you know what I'm saying, good riddance. Get rid of him. He's a knobhead, he's a bad egg, and since Ibrahimovic left, Paul Pogba's thought, I'm going to step up, I'm the main man of the dressing room. He's not that. He's never done it in big games for us, he's not a big game player. And we get the evening news, I was on my holidays, the reason Paul Pogba should stay at United, he played a nice ball, a pass for France. I was like, what? And then there's people actually took the tweets of people, told you Pogba's world class, this is the reason that we should keep him. Well, because he made a pass for France. I couldn't give two shits what he does for France. Do it for United in a United shirt. That's all I'm bothered about. Anyway, I'm getting far too het up here. What is it? It's 21 degrees, man. It's hot in here. Jesus. Anyway, glad to see him, or sad to see him go, or glad to see him go. This week it's Paul Pogba. Submit your vote up here. Click on the eye. Let me know exactly what you are thinking. There is no sitting up on the fence. Why would you want to sit up there? Knobheads like Paul Pogba sit up there. In fact, I was going to say I'd crawl up that fence and pummel him straight in the face, straight off the wall, and say, right, off to Madrid you go. Anyway, leave your vote, and what I will do is let you know the result of how this week's poll went in next week's show. Nice one.
The Big VanCam Debate.
Do one, Wasp. There we go with the big VanCam debate. Make sure you get involved and make sure you cast your vote. Click on the eye up there. Otherwise, there's no point of doing it. Sad to see Paul Pogba go, or glad to see the bastard back of him. Well, it wasn't that. It was sad to see him go, but you get in there, let me know. Maybe there will be a lot of love for Paul Pogba. A lot of people do subscribe to the theory that he is playing in a team that's absolute dog shit. You know, how can he sort of make Phil, you know, if you got Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, Ashley Young and that. And I do get that. You know, maybe he would be much better in a better team. But have you expected more from Paul Pogba? Is Kev being harsh on Paul Pogba? Does Kev give a shit? Of course I do. Get involved in the comments section. Let me know what you think. Next, we're going to do a thing called CockStroker of the Week. Let's find out who's taken home the award this week.
The CockStroker of the Week.
Okay, so here we go with a thing that we all know as CockStroker of the Week. This week I have compiled a top 3. Thanks to everyone who sends nominations in. You can do that by commenting in the comment section. Let me know who you want to nominate. But let's put that shit to one side for one moment and find out the top 3 and who's taken home the #1 CockStroker of the Week award for this week. Number 3 is the absolute banter of a newspaper, that is the Manchester Evening News. Now this is because I just love going to the Man United section of the Evening News and we get pure horse shit. Man United fans are all saying the same things about Solskjaer, you know, all. I'm like, what? And then you read it, it's complete and utter bollocks. How can you put that in the title? They're all, you know, every single 500 million fans, they're all saying that. They're not, you dickhead. It's clickbait, that's what it is. I fall for it every bastard time. But this one, when I'm on my holidays, I have a quick click in. It was obviously Matthias de Ligt. I'm looking to see if he's signed, you know, because I've been roped in by all the other newspapers. And the headline was, Man United fans notice what Matthias de Ligt was reading on his holidays. Yes, what he was reading. They made a story out of the fact he was reading Memphis Depay's autobiography. So, alarm bells ringing. Yeah, some United fans jumped on it, saying that obviously de Ligt is lined up to come to Old Trafford and he's having a look at what Memphis Depay and how his career went at in Manchester and at Manchester United. Yeah, well, I can think of a hell of a lot of better autobiographies to read if you want to see what Manchester United was like. Sorry, I'm struggling. First day back, you know, after me holidays and the first VanCam back. I mean, you know what I'm on about. But yes, Matthias de Ligt, basically the Manchester Evening News run a story saying that he was reading Memphis Depay's autobiography. Yeah, let's put two together. You're probably going to get 67. That's what they're going to get. Number two this week, and thanks very much to Dave Birtwistle, who is a VanCam legend and regular to the show. Hope you are well, sunshine. He sent in this corker that he stumbled across on Twitter. It's from some twat called Adam at Sirloin Steak, who put in a bit of a defence of Paul Pogba. Is there any defending him? Seriously. Anyway, wait for this. Prepare yourself. Take a seat, because you might just fall over. He says, Pogba provides more in attack than Scholes ever did. Pogba tackles more than Scholes ever did. Granted, Scholes wasn't a great tackler, but I still think Scholes put in more tackles. Pogba is better on the ball than Scholes ever was. Pogba is better than Scholes ever was. Why don't our fans love him? A lack of white skin. I absolutely detest any twat that tries to defend Paul Pogba and then at the same time plays the race card as if it's because he's black. It is nothing to do with that, my friend. And looking at the picture of him, he's obviously a teenager. In fact, I go as far as to say he's an ignorant teenager. One of these fans that probably jumped on the bandwagon somewhere along the line. But why not do a bit of research into your history? He's probably like, George who? George Best, who's he? You know, United formed, you know, time ago. Go back and look at the legends that have played. And for anyone to say that Paul Pogba is a better player than Paul Scholes. Get your head checked, sunshine. There's a reason players like Zidane, Iniesta, Xavi, players that played against Paul Scholes, said that he was the greatest and the best he ever played against. You tell me one player that's ever said that Paul Pogba was the best player they ever played against. I'll wait for your answer, and that's the reason that Adam is number 2. Number 1 CockStroker of the week, and it does pain me to do this, but he thoroughly deserves it. Number 1 this week goes to Jesse Lingard. Now, Jesse Lingard, whilst on holiday in Miami, posted a video. Beans. It's about Marcus Rashford or whatever. Now, I've got no problem with that. Don't get me wrong, I look at it and think, what an absolute twat. Can't believe this dickhead plays for Manchester United. But he did it, and he sent it out to his millions of followers across the social media platforms. Sound. You know, I'll deal with it. I'll get on with it. But then the second video that was uploaded of them checking out of the room in Miami, and before anyone starts hitting me with, Kev, he's a Premier League footballer, Premier League footballers can enjoy themselves, I get it. Now, if you're going to go round filming, swearing, talking about shagging, yeah, don't put it out on social media. You have a duty of care. He's obviously a role model, God knows why. Well, I know why, because he played for Manchester United. But kids will look towards Jesse Lingard. And the thing that gets me is people say, Jesse Lingard, he's a young lad enjoying himself. He's 20 bastard 7. He's only 3 years off being 30 years old. You know, he's coming towards the end of his career, really, at that age. And what's he ever done? And he's going round giving it Billy Big Bollocks, as if he's actually achieved great things in his career. And this is, I just cannot get my head around it. Can you imagine Brian Robson, you know, ex-Manchester United legendary captains, Roy Keane, putting up with a dickhead like this, who puts out videos. He needs his absolute head testing. And the thing is, I look at it a different way. Again, people might say, Kev, he's enjoying himself. You know, why is it upset you? Why is it? It's not upset me. I'm disappointed more than anything. And I expected it. The minute I heard the news, Jesse Lingard post video, I thought, he's at it again. He is at it again. It's the thing, the language that's, you know, that's used. And people say, Kev, you swear in VanCam all the time. I'm not a role model. Not that I know of, anyway. No, I'm not. But Jesse Lingard talking about shagging in a video and putting it out. I've got, you know, and this is where, as a father, I've now got a 9-year-old son, you know, who looks at these players, you know, as if they're, you know, gods kind of thing. And he's asking me, what's shagging? And that's Jesse Lingard now that's put me in a spot where I've got to try and answer that question. Obviously, I'm going to bat it away and swerve it away. But going back to my point about players like Keane, Robson, they wouldn't have stood for it. And I know they didn't grow up in a social media era, thank God. But they wouldn't have been doing that shit anyway. Imagine it just... And the thing that pains me as well, this shit would not happen at Liverpool or Man City. Man City, look at them, right? Phil Foden. Can you imagine him posting something like that? No. And he's twice the player Jesse Lingard will ever be at this moment in time. Imagine Vincent Kompany, a proper captain. I know he's not at City anymore. Do you reckon if Foden did something like that, he'd have got him in a bastard headlock, said, sort your head out. Don't ever post anything like that again. And this, for me, this social media era and these dickheads, it all sort of stems, for me, from Pogba. These players look up to Pogba. And if he's doing it, and he's been the captain of Man United, they just think it's the norm and like it's all right to do. I'm sure if you met Jesse Lingard on a night out, he'd be really quiet. He would be acting the dickhead with them glasses on, looking like some kind of pimp. It's really got to me, this one. It has. I wouldn't say I'm angry. I'm just disappointed. Because Jesse Lingard is a role model, like I've said. He's in the public eye. Kids look up to him. And for me, and it sounds very, very harsh, just get rid of him now. I'd actually say he's in breach of his contract. I'd say, at United, you are representing Man United. And people you might jump on it now and say, Kev, this is a total overreaction. Let me know exactly what you think. But it really has got me, this one. Jesse Lingard, honestly, I've had it up to the bastard, as high as you can go. The skies, whatever, the moon, infinity and beyond. Right, so number one this week is Jesse Lingard, CockStroker of the week. Get commenting, let me know what you think. It's been a tough one to get that one out, but I felt I had to get it off this chest.
Come on, bro. Shagging hair, as per. He's probably shagging his own hand under that bed.
CockStroker of the week.
There we go with CockStroker of the week, done and dusted for another week. Like I said earlier, it does pain me to give it to Jesse Lingard, but he thoroughly deserves it. So who am I to hold back? You know, the man deserved the award. He's got it for being an absolute cockstroker. Let me know what your thoughts on that video. Is Kev getting, you know, hyped up too much? Or do you agree that he is a bit of a tit and that he should never have posted it? Going back to it, if you want to film something like that between your mates and all that, keep it in-house. Keep it between your mates. This isn't a video that somebody else has filmed and put out. Jesse Lingard filmed it and put it out. So he knew what was going to happen. Or is he just that thick up there that he doesn't even realise that there was a problem? He just thinks, oh, this is great. 27 years old he is. People keep going, banging this drum that he's a kid. You know, Marcus Rashford's 21. And Marcus Rashford is going to be looking up to Jesse Lingard and probably thinking, oh, this is sound. This is what these footballers do. We just make complete and utter twats of ourselves and film it and put it out on social media. Don't go down that route, Marcus Rashford. You've got a great career ahead of you. Don't let Jesse Lingard bring you down. Right, let's end the show with your comments. I'm only going to do a few this week because a lot of the comments from the last video were obviously about 4 weeks ago. But that is the go-ahead, basically, to get in the comments section. If there's any really, really decent comments, then they get thrown into comments of the week. I was going to say your comments, yeah, and it might get read out, and basically that is a proper big deal. So get your comments in, and let's do, I don't know why I'm talking like that, let's do your comments. Your comments. Ow! Right, here we go with your comments. This will be a very, very quick one. So this is the go-ahead to get a comment in this week's VanCam to make sure that you're in the running to have your message read out, obviously, next week. Because, obviously, it's a kind of a big deal. I've got a massive thank you to say to 2 people that were watching live in the live comments on the last video that I did 4 weeks ago. The first one, Adrian Smith, absolutely magnificent, sir. I don't even know what that was, I'm supposed to salute you. Adrian Smith threw £20 in on the old super chat and said, have a few scoops on me. And believe me, I did, on my holidays, on my birthday. That £20 went into, obviously, you know, promoting VanCam and getting stuff ready and air cleaning products and stuff. And also Sion Jones threw a tenner in. Overwhelmed by that, man. Thank you very much, sir. And Sion obviously left a comment saying that he's fully behind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and believes there's a massive job, a massive clear out needed. Hopefully that is exactly what we're going to get. I think the wheels are in motion. We could see the likes of Pogba and Lukaku go, which is going to free up a lot of money for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to reinvest into the squad. He's obviously got a shitload of money anyway, but yeah, it's going to be a massive summer. There's going to be no quick fix. There is a rebuilding job at the minute. Also, Alex Rudd threw some super chat shit in there, you know what I mean? Thank you very much for that. And that is the end of it. I know what you're thinking, Kev, he's only reading out the super chat, people, but it basically is because it's 4 weeks ago that I did a video and a lot of them comments are now, well, they're 4 weeks old, so yeah, that's what we get. We did have one last one, and that was from Alexander Martin Jones, who's a regular in the comments. Hope you're all right, sunshine. Not even read this yet, so I don't know what it is. BTW, what does that mean? Bitch twat. Oh, by the way, I like you in the Quick Quid advert. I'm not even in the Quick Quid advert. guy, man. He's got a gap in between his teeth. I haven't got a gap in between my teeth. That is one ugly mofo. I'm down with this kind of shit. Stop sending them in. You're getting me down, as usual. Listen, thanks very much for staying patient. I have been on my YouTube sort of social media sabbatical. It's now over. I'm back, and I'm literally crashing heads together. Jesse Lingard, Paul Pogba. I'm after a lot of them, man. Honestly, I hope I don't meet you in the Arndale or whatever. You wouldn't be shopping in the Arndale, would you, you little shithouse? Let me know exactly what you thought of VanCam this week. There's been loads of discussion, loads of talking points, transfer bollocks, Jesse Lingard, the absolute lot of it. We've had different, you know, heights of the scale. There's highs, there's lows. Mainly lows at the minute, because obviously we want United to spend, but at the minute it seems that United are coming in with just shit offers, a bit like when they tried getting Fellaini, you know, we just give him, yeah, we'll give you 30 mil, we want 50, we'll give you 35 million. I don't know, that's how it's going. Thanks very much for watching the video. If you're watching it live, maximum respect to you, and just keep the faith. You know things will work out and United will get back to where they were. It's not going to be anytime soon. Nice one for watching.
I said your love keep on lifting me higher and higher.
Nice one for watching the video. And thanks to everybody who has subscribed to VanCam. You can follow me on all the usual social media platforms. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and plenty of fish. So make sure you give me a follow. Nice one if you dropped a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe. This is VanCam. Nice one.